Masks of Gnarltep is set in the 1920s. We will be using terms and sayings from those times, including some that could be considered offensive. It is not our intention to offend, we merely wish to offer as accurate a view of the time period as possible. Welcome to the Nerds Domain presents Masks of Gnarltep. Join us each week as our investigators follow a path of clues and attempt to save the world from an ancient evil. Starring John Quiet, Justin Kimmett, Shirley Nedswicki, George Chipples, Jason Hall, and Scott Troiano, with me, Matt Quiet, running the table as the Keeper. Eldritch evils and crazed cultists await you just beyond this music.
Hi, welcome to Nerds Domain presents Masks of Gnarltep. I'm Matt. This is Shirley.
Hello.
Scott.
Hello.
Jason.
Hello.
George.
Hi.
Johnny.
Hi.
Justin.
Hi.
All right, here we go. Episode 19. This is how we got them out of jail.
Really?
The answer is dynamite.
You don't know that that's going to happen, so...
That's true. This is how we got 2 new characters.
Yay.
Oh, okay, so...
we lost Botticello.
You guys are done.
Hey, there's our one. That was early.
Wow.
That was quick.
Out of the gate.
Hey,
Just
for the record,
the
I
last
did not
one.
complete the word. I just went.
There's our...
Okay, so that was each a half. So that's,
There's our one.
All right, so we're all done at the Gavian... Or, I'm sorry, the Pinhue Foundation?
Are we?
No.
No. What are you...
Wow.
You guys are done upstairs. You meander
You rifled
down.
through everything?
I haven't seen anything interesting.
You guys wander down to the first floor, and then what? What are you guys doing?
Is that Alistair guy?
Yes, Mr. Alistair.
So I've taken a piece of notepaper and drawn the symbol of the bloody tongue and asked him if he's ever seen it before.
It's a good question. This is where Matt has to get out dice because you ask silly questions and he's not prepared for it.
Good job.
Yeah,
You should get points.
Yes.
I should.
That is the symbol of the bloody tongue. I believe it's a no longer existing cult out of the Kenya Mombasa region.
Anything in the building with that mark on it that you might have?
Not that I'm aware of. You can roll psychology. To check.
I was just going to...
That was the next question coming out of those eyes.
Again, I have an 8. I got
Got him!
Okay.
Oh, I got to mark that down. Where's my pencil?
Did you get it? No. He does not seem to be lying. He seems to be pretty sure that there's nothing in the building with that mark on it.
Don't lie to me.
It's odd because it's come up in our research, and I just assumed Mr. Gavigan would be quite interested in the symbol and
Which research exactly?
into the Carlisle expedition disappearance.
The murders.
Yes.
I mean, you are aware that they have passed, right?
Yes. I'm quite aware that 5 years ago, an expedition that this foundation funded disappeared and is presumed dead.
Are you aware that the emphasis you just put on that suggests that it's this foundation's fault that they died?
That this foundation funded.
This foundation...
I apologize.
Okay,
if my words,
that's fine.
offended.
That wasn't your intent, right? No, Matt is making sure that John did not intend that.
No,
Okay.
John
Okay.
totally did that.
Johnny
Yes.
totally
Yes.
pulled his out.
He just gives you a second look, and
I'm a rude American. I don't know.
I'm sorry,
What's
Captain.
going around?
Yes.
I don't know what
Is there anything
this
else
foundation did.
that the foundation
America.
can do for you today?
Other than the information that you're going to gather for us, then
The
no,
runner
not
should
at
be
all.
here any moment.
Absolutely.
He pulls out a
wonderful.
pocket watch and time. The proper etiquette of the time is to have a pocket watch. Wristwatches are brand new and not fully accepted yet.
I start wandering down the hallway.
Yes.
Mr. Weld, is there anything I can help you find? We do have a nice library down there on the left.
No, I go to it.
Okay. And you find your way in. There's lots of books. It's a library.
Are the other doors open or closed in the hallway?
The library door is open, and the door past it is also open. It's also the rest of the library.
Mm-hmm.
There are 4 doors on the left. The first one is closed. The 2 library doors are open with a door between them, and the last door is open as well. It looks like a shared office. On the right, there are 2 doors. One of them is the first one is both of them are closed. Both of them are closed, and there is a door in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one where this gentleman keeps coming in and out of?
The last one on the left is the one he keeps coming out and out of the shared office.
Which is currently open to us.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of tool around in the library that was kind of looking for anything interesting?
There's lots of good books that you wouldn't mind reading, but
Yeah.
nothing specific. It's all very Egyptian focused.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing really from the east. It's mostly just Egypt.
I'm going to wait to see if the conversation picks up.
Is Mrs. Pembroke around? I'm sorry, Miss. Is Miss Pembroke in?
Pemberton?
Is it Pemberton? I thought it was Pemberton.
It's Pemberton.
Not Pemberton. Is Miss Pemberton in?
No, she was sent home after Mr. Gavigan.
Oh,
left. No need for her to be here.
So, I was hoping to introduce myself.
Oh, she may be in tomorrow, but I don't think so. She will definitely be back on the day after tomorrow.
Oh, wonderful.
It's about that time that the front door opens and a younger man, questionably man. I mean, he looks probably young enough to be called a boy.
You're going androgynous for a moment.
No, he looks young enough to be probably a boy. He comes in, speaks quietly to the secretary, and she points directly at Mr. Alistair and you, the four of you. He says, I'm here for whatever I need to do. Mr. Alistair takes out a small key ring that has like 3 keys on it and hands it to him. He says, you know the warehouse. Mr. Byrne here will be accompanying you. You're looking for the Carlisle files, and I'll need those brought back here so that we can make sure that everything's there and then send it along with these gentlemen. So, and the boy looks at you and says, are you ready, sir?
Anytime.
All right. And he heads out. Are you following him?
Yes.
Or are you going
I
by
go
yourself?
Unless somebody jumps in the car with me, I plan on going alone.
Okay. So you two, he's walking. London's a walking town, just so you know. So he just starts walking, trucking right along. Are you guys going anywhere? Are you going to stick around here and wait for him?
No, I'm going to head back to the hotel. I want to try to... I had information out to track down Gavigan's apartment.
Okay.
And Pemberton. Yes. I want to see if I can get a line on tracking her down today as well.
Okay.
And I'm specifically interested. Do I find Mr. Gavigan's apartment number? Or
You'll have to see when you get back to the hotel.
Right.
Mr. Professor Wentworth, are you going with him?
Sure.
And Mr. Weld.
Yeah.
So, you arrive back at the hotel.
So, when we get to the station, I want to send a note back.
Oh, we'll get there, I'm sure.
I'm sorry. I don't talk to felons.
No, not convicts. Big difference.
That's a good point.
Jerk.
You do get to the station. I assume that you were going to immediately send a note for Captain Wilkerson.
Yes.
Okay. You arrive at the hotel.
Yes.
And as you walk in, the manager says, I'm sorry, Captain Wilkerson, can I speak to you privately for just a moment?
Certainly. Is there a problem?
Not, maybe. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Wilkerson, and he's whispering this to you.
Oh, yes.
Can I speak to you privately for a moment?
Certainly. I sort of step to the side.
A little more private. We wouldn't want a scandal.
Oh, of course.
And he kind of leads you back to his office.
Moment.
He leads you back to his office. It seems that 2 of your compatriots have been detained. There was an altercation at Sir Doyle's house. There may have been breaking and entering. I'm sorry to bring you such information.
Well,
I don't believe that the Americans understand how things go in the rest of the world. We love all of our American listeners, and thank you for your support.
it's amazing that the colonies have actually, thrived. You say?
From time to time, I wonder if they are quite as civilized as they allow
No,
themselves to seem.
no, not at all. The majority of them are ruffians, with the exception of Mr. Weld and perhaps the corporal. Well, and the professor.
So it's
the
really
rest of them.
just-
Those 2 in question. Yes.
I'm sure that you could go down and speak with the sergeant and have them released.
I will do so. I thank you for
I
bringing.
apologize.
No. It's not you or I.
I understand. If there's anything that we can do here to help you, please let us know, and we will be happy.
I will take care of this.
I understand. So I apologize again.
No, my apology for having you involved.
So he kind of makes his way out, and
I go back.
While we're in jail, I have a question.
Just leave him. Just leave him.
Are we in cells that are separated, or are we together?
No, you're completely separated. You're in almost like a holding cell.
Is there anybody else
I'm sure.
in the area?
No.
Nobody?
Some drunk guy.
I would. It'd be my impression that Miss McCrea would be held in like an office, like watched by an officer or desk sergeant, whereas he's like probably in the drunk tank.
Well, he's probably in the drunk tank. There's also a women's drunk tank for all them prostitutes.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Great.
So
There's
there's
girls
nobody.
that'll look at you and say, "Hello."
There's nobody in there with you. However,
love.
you are in with two ladies of the mid-afternoon, I guess.
Very best.
Yes. Oh God, he's pointing at the newspaper article.
So,
Pump him for information. Yeah.
did
there
you want
go.
to do anything while you're in jail?
Ask them about murders.
Avoid them completely.
associate with the common criminals, unlike the uncommon criminal like you?
Have you ever met Sir Arthur Conan Doyle?
Maybe you guys have a lot to talk about.
I hate you guys. No, I'm gonna sit there with my hat in my hand and my head down.
Aww.
Seriously, this is ridiculous.
Botticello ruined her life.
She didn't. Did you have a conviction record before this?
No!
Oh.
This was her dream.
I'm a theater!
So, are you,
Wow.
Mr. Wilkerson, or Captain Wilkerson, are you heading to go?
Any word on any of the leads that I have for Gavigan's apartment?
They give you. You have a couple of addresses waiting for you for both.
Okay. For Pemberton and
His apartment.
his apartment? Okay. I return to tell the professor, well, Weldy, it seems that Botticello and Miss McCrea are being held at the local constabulary for, as I understand it, breaking and entering at Sir Doyle's.
I start out looking disturbed, and then I burst out laughing when I hear that. A little bit. I catch myself, but people definitely heard that. It was definitely an outburst, and I recognize that that's rude, but my character well finds it hilarious.
I just look forlorn, like, oh God, I can't take you people anywhere.
I take a minute to compose myself. I understand why that would be a problem. We should.
It's like when you've just gone to the amusement park with your kids and they've done something absolutely ridiculous at the restaurant you sat down at.
Right.
And you're like,
You're mortified, but
I've
God, it was
already
funny.
paid for the
Yeah.
tickets,
Yeah.
and there are people all around. Yeah.
This is why you don't leave us alone.
Well, and I'm wondering whether it was Miss McCrea and her love of Sherlock Holmes, and hopefully she did not wish to steal Sir Doyle's bowler from his head, or if it was Mr. Botticello who tried to slay a bovine in his parlor.
I'm guessing Botticello was
I don't know.
the main agent in this action.
I cannot wait to find out. So I will have to nip down to the sergeant's office.
Mind if I accompany you?
Oh, feel free. I'm not sure if the professor would like to go or not, but
I'm sure he'll go along.
I'm sure he shall.
So, you guys head down to the constabulary.
Yes.
A quick talk of who you are and who you're there for gets them out right away.
Oh, don't be quick about it.
Oh well, no, Mr. Captain Wilkerson, I can let them out right now. I apologize, as long as they stay away from Sir Doyle's.
What happened?
From what we've gathered from the housekeeper, there was a knock. The young lady was insistent about seeing Sir Doyle.
She is a fan, you know.
I understand. When the maid turned to give to write down some information for the young lady, she found her way in. And that is when the maid realized that is when she fled. And
Of course.
Mr. Doyle is alright, of course, yes?
oh, Mr. Doyle wasn't even at his home.
I cover my face with my sleeve.
Thank goodness. I wouldn't want him to be put out.
So, I can let them...
Is the lady of the house, is she alright?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Just a little startled.
She wasn't hit with a stick.
No.
I just wanted to make sure that the
No,
extent of...
no, if there were any
Assault,
then
of course.
we would be having a different conversation.
No.
I can release them as long as you can give me your word they will not be anywhere near Sir Doyle's house.
Of course. She is, of course, armed. She's in theater.
They were both armed.
Pistols. He was armed as well.
They were both armed. I can release those to your care, assuming that they are not used here on
Of course not.
His Majesty's soil.
No.
Okay.
I will
I
take
hope I can
personal
The
possession of them and make sure that
the American cowboys don't seem to understand how civilization works.
they do strain at that grasp.
They do. So, if you're willing to vouch for them, then they're free to go.
Yes, please.
So
He gives me the firearms.
yeah.
I check to make sure that they are still loaded.
Mm-hmm.
I give you yours back.
Oh no, they do not hand them back to you loaded. They hand them the guns and they put the bolts with them.
Okay.
They unload them. That's safety procedure.
Right. Well, but that's...
So yeah.
Then I'm going to gather them, step to the outside, load hers, load his,
Okay.
and have them in the little baggies.
Okay. So the guy that not the guy that brought you in, but the guy that kind of like told you have no rights because you're an American citizen in Britain. He comes, opens the door, and says, "Captain Wilkerson will see you in the lobby."
Okay. Can I have my stick to help me walk with?
Limp it.
I will lean against the wall and...
You do see the stick in the office as well. I assumed you asked for that.
Yeah. Oh, yes, that's
He'll have
his...
to limp his way out.
Oh, may I?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm going to take the stick and in the greatcoat that I have, I'm going to tuck it up.
Okay.
I want to... Yeah.
So you are out. The gentleman that came and talked to you earlier lets you out. And this Captain Wilkerson is waiting for you in the lobby.
I told you he would. Thank you.
Would you like to stay longer?
No, thank you.
Then perhaps we can find a civil tongue.
Yes.
Yes, sir. I'm an officer of the law.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Now, please join Captain Wilkerson outside. And then the two ladies. I'd like to go meet this Captain Wilkerson too.
You shut your mouth.
What did I say about civil tongues?
They're not police officers.
No, but we still use a civil tongue.
You please shut your mouth,
Ma'am?
ma'am.
He kind of grabs you roughly on the arm and pulls you out of the cell and shuts it and locks it and
Hey,
pushes
no need for violence.
and pushes you towards the door. and as he walks out behind her, he's already out. And he says, "Perhaps you could help her rein in her tongue."
Oh.
And gives you one last kind of shove towards. That makes you stumble just a little bit.
Stir from your lips to God's ears.
I give an inaudible but kind of, just a little gentle golf clap as they come out of the cells.
So, I won't see either one of you anytime soon.
I will need my stick once I leave.
Yes, once you leave.
Oh,
As the captain has said.
okay.
And you will be Captain Wilkerson has agreed that he will look after your firearms, and he will not allow you anywhere near Sir Doyle's house
What?
for the remainder of your stay.
But it was just an
Botticello.
accident. It was an accident. I
Botticello.
didn't mean to slip into you.
Ladies and gentlemen, if we could take our leave, thank the officers, and we will be gone.
Thank you, sir, for your kindness.
Yes, thank you, sir. It's been a pleasure.
You are free to go.
I giggle as we walk out.
I will usher the two of them out before me.
What do you find so funny?
Your jails are nicer than ours. I will give you that.
And then I will turn and... I apologize.
I hope to not see you again. So.
I agree with that sentiment. Thank you. And I walk out. So don't get arrested again.
It wasn't my fault.
I
It
don't
wasn't
care.
any of our faults. I slipped.
What?
Psychology, please.
Oh yeah, go ahead and roll
yeah.
that. Roll that all day long.
Does he get a deceive or something?
I'm standing there waiting for his scheduler's information, and I get pushed in the back, and all of a sudden, I'm stumbling through the door.
Did you succeed?
And old lady
Did you
just
succeed?
bursts into a scream and runs off. What was I supposed to do? I tried to get her back. She would not listen to me.
There was a
and
strange
I was
whistling sound?
on my
What's
way
this
out
whistling
the
sound?
Did you succeed
door.
on your psychology? Okay, you don't know who's telling the truth. But given
Did you push her into the establishment?
No, I slipped.
Did you make an appointment before you called on Mr. Doyle?
An appointment? What is this appointment you talk about?
When you go to see
in
someone, you make an appointment.
civilized countries, you make an appointment. To
You
announce
phone ahead
yourself.
or send a messenger. You
We didn't have time for that.
Ah,
How
Well,
long are we going to
I
be here?
thought since we're right here in the neighborhood, we would just drop by and say hi.
you will not be back.
you do not drop
What?
by
Is that understood?
with someone like Mr. Covendale.
Could you? I will give you one of my books. Could you get him to sign it for me?
Perhaps.
Oh,
You will not be back, correct?
At all? Ever?
You will not be back, correct?
Yes.
I pull out the little baggie and hand you your gun with it in the baggie.
Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle.
And you will not, I pull out your stick, slip anymore, correct?
I will not.
And you will not be going with me ever, anywhere.
It was a simple accident.
Anyhow, that is behind us now. Do you still require the firearm?
It
I
might be
wouldn't
best
give it
if
to
it's
him.
not
I'm sorry?
on me at the
I
moment.
wouldn't give it to him.
Well,
Yes, I would feel better with it.
I pull out a second bag. I open the bag with a look on my face that suggests that I think that the task of opening the bag and retrieving a firearm might be beyond you. I check the safety to make sure that it is on, and I offer you the weapon.
This has a safety?
you have the gun now.
I put it back.
Okay.
With the bullets?
Never
Yes.
again.
Really?
Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good.
So, to
I am deeply sorry.
yeah, we'll get to you. Don't worry.
I'm not talking to you.
I will gather the two of them. Now, and I'm obviously find this hilarious still, but I try to be.
This
a
is not
little
very
serious.
funny. You try going to your favorite person's house and getting arrested.
Yeah, it is traumatizing, I'm sure. Of all the times for me to slip,
Mr.
seriously.
Botticello, Miss McCrea, the people here might look like us, but we are still in a foreign land.
Guests.
Guests in a foreign land. Their customs will be different. Their ways may be strange. We must tread carefully.
Well, since you are the person that knows all of this, you could have given me a warning or something, or lessons of some sort.
My warning is to not invite Mr. Botticello with you alone to go places.
Well, that's for sure.
It was an accident.
Then I shall give you the edification that you require. When you visit anyone who is not in your home country, behave yourself properly.
I was behaving myself. I said please and thank you and everything.
Then that goes
She
for
did
you
say
as
please
well.
and thank you quite often.
Do not slip again, please.
Is it always raining here?
Yes,
Yes.
make allowances. Please do not slip again.
If it is not raining, it is the fog. It is slippery all the time.
So, does that help?
At least he got in his house.
Oh, and the whistling are the constables who are coming to...
That makes sense. So, did they warn themselves arriving all the time? Because that seems highly advantageous to...
No, it alerts the other constables in the area. The whistle actually changes if they are in pursuit or need assistance.
Oh.
The sound alerts those on the street to make way, to allow them...
So your police copy bird tactics.
Well, they managed to catch you.
They did.
They use it on the field of battle as well. It's
Quite
not
useful.
a bad idea.
So,
It did work.
So while you're talking, which direction are you walking? To the Gavigan apartment, or
Yes.
Are we
the
bringing
Pemberton
them with us
apartment?
to break and enter into another?
We have.
Well, I was going to slam Mr. Botticello into the door frame and go, oops, he slipped.
Because it's two patsies, right?
Thank you. If they wind up, and then I was like, well, I was with them again.
Well, and Gavigan's
Sure, you can
apartment
understand.
might be in the same general jurisdictional area of that.
Of course it is.
Well, I mean, it's a
Lovely.
nicer area, so it
course
might
it
be.
is.
It may not.
Right.
So,
Yes, I would like to head to the Gavigan
or do you want to
apartment.
go to the Miss Pemberton?
Oh, the Gavigan apartment.
Yes.
Would be best.
And Botticello is the guy who can
You guys finish. It's a bit of a walk, but you find yourself in front of another apartment.
Did you make an appointment to go here?
Nope.
Actually, I did.
Do you knock?
Is it open?
You gonna check the door?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's open.
Yeah.
You just
Now-
gonna walk in?
Now, is it his apartment is like ground floor, or is this a main entry and there are apartments? And
It's probably a quote unquote apartment, like
Townhouse?
a townhouse. But
Brownstone?
it's considered it's much like a brownstone in New York City.
so the entire residence. So this is a single residence,
Yes.
and it would be his. Oh yes,
Well-
I walk in.
And according to the way
Well, your
that
business,
I
right?
understand London, the next house does not have room between them. They are built next to each other,
Yes.
Correct.
touching,
Yes.
and often share same attic space.
Right.
So,
Oh, good.
or access through them.
That
Okay.
freaks me out.
Yeah,
So-
I just bring the group inside.
So you just
So see, I guess it works for.
you just
I
open
don't
the
have
door.
an appointment
Oh, yes.
Here. I'm not
Give
going
me
in.
give me a spot hidden.
I shoulder her in.
Just
Not
Mr. Captain
today.
Wilkerson for a second. Nothing.
Not-
How
not-
close were you?
20 off.
Yeah, that's not
What are
close
we
enough.
doing?
Nope.
Nothing. Just
Oh, okay.
you wait. So you open the door. It's not dead. I mean, there's somebody obviously home. It's not like everything's covered in sheets, or someone that has been home recently.
I mean, do I hear someone moving?
You can give me a listen.
I can, can't I? No.
Okay. Everybody else walks in except for Mr. Weld or Mr. Byrne, who's not here. All of you can give me a spot hidden and a listen.
Are you injuring? I thought you
Yes,
said you were.
she is. Get him off the stage.
What am
No.
I? Spot hidden, yes, and a what?
listen.
No.
All of you
Yes,
that pass the
and
spot
yes.
hidden, you smell something weird.
Weird how.
Food weird.
Ooh,
You
Curry?
recognize it as some, taters and neeps.
Ooh, nice.
But neeps have a very distinct
Little bit of
smell,
bub-
and it
little bit
doesn't
of-
make any sense.
A little bit of bubble and squeak.
Yeah.
Yummy.
So,
Yeah, that's why I didn't notice. I was like,
What was the spot hidden?
Lunch.
I
Excellent.
couldn't figure out a smell,
Smell?
so I went under spot hidden. The listen that everyone succeeded on, you hear someone in the kitchen.
I didn't hear anything.
What is that smell?
Wait, did anybody actually succeed on the listen? Because I did not.
Did anyone? Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
pretty
Jason did. I knew that. So, what are you guys doing? Where are you headed?
Ew.
What's the game plan?
You have a general idea of how the house in England would be set up. Kitchen would be in the very, very back against the back wall so that it gives off the heat. So, are you headed that
I
way?
haven't heard anybody in the
Nope.
kitchen yet. No one has pointed it out to me.
So, where are you heading? You're
I'm
leaving this.
looking at the general
there are a few books.
foyer parlor.
A Sherlock Holmes novel on the.
Da-dum.
Is it signed?
No, there are
Is
a
it
couple.
signed?
There are.
Oh
a
yeah, I
couple-
check. Is the Sherlock Holmes sign?
No.
I didn't
There are a
think it
couple
would
of
be, but
books. There are
I
a
would have
couple
been
of
here.
books laying out.
It's not the book I have.
It's just your general it's lived in this first floor in the immediate parlor you're looking at.
Okay.
So, Captain, what's the game plan? Are we tossing this
Did
joint?
anybody else smell that?
Of course.
Yes.
It stinks.
Then I start searching. It is
Okay.
cabinets, bookshelves.
Okay. So he just starts rifling through
You're
stuff,
rummaging
and he's
through
not in
stuff?
any way, shape, or form being quiet about it because he didn't tell me he was being quiet.
I have no reason to be quiet about it. I didn't hear anybody else in the room, and nobody has told me anything about
And
this.
you all can give me another listen.
Even me?
Nope.
Ooh, yeah, no.
Anybody get that? Awesome.
But now you're
Christopher
not
got it.
there.
So,
Do you inform us there's somebody in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Oh.
Look, I hear someone cooking.
Now you
Okay.
tell me.
Then I head to the kitchen.
So, as you're heading to the kitchen, now that he's rummaging through stuff, what do you call that? Housekeeper comes out and says, and looks aghast. May I help you, sir?
Yes, Edward Gavigan.
Mr. Gavigan isn't here. He's gone out to his estate.
Why are you cooking? Because she's hungry. Bubble and squeak.
A little for me, yes. Can I help you with anything?
What's she look like? I do this. That's horrible.
She's probably in her mid-30s. Not heavy set, but she's not a waif. Mildly attractive, just your normal housekeeper.
What's your name, miss?
I'm Miss Pembroke.
Not Pemberton.
Pembroke.
That's the name I had in my head. I'm like, what are you having for dinner?
Just a little meat and taters. I've got a little bit of whatever the crap they call sausage.
Little bangers?
Yeah, I've got some. I've got a banger, a couple of bangers, and
Oh, that won't do. That won't do at all. Here, then I pull into my wallet and I pull out 50 quid
okay.
and go, oh no, that wouldn't be 50 quid. I'm sorry, I'm thinking normal times. I pull out $25.
Okay.
I'm like, do you find yourself something good to eat for dinner tonight?
Oh,
Say about an hour.
I couldn't, sir.
The 25 becomes 50.
I truly couldn't, sir.
Of course you could.
I don't think so, sir.
With a credit rating of 62, would I have...
You could persuade. Oh, would you
I
have more? Yeah.
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 The 50 becomes 75. Let's round this out. You'll need, of course, fare to get you there and back. You wouldn't want to walk, and I make it 100.
She takes the money. I think I'll go out to dinner for an hour.
An hour would be wonderful.
And tucks the money and like goes into the kitchen.
Oh, I'll take care of those. It actually smells delicious. I'll probably have some, if you don't mind.
I'm going to go have dinner.
Wonderful.
And she takes off the little apron and like hangs it in the kitchen just inside and heads out the front door. All right, she grabs her coat and heads out the front door.
Excellent. And I will close, lock, and we're going to toss this place.
Okay.
Are we wrecking it?
Well, you guys might be tossing. I'll probably be coming behind wrecking.
Okay, so there's no one is taking any time to like calmly look through things.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
you're gonna
no,
walk
I'm not
in
just
and
going to
go-
just flip the table.
You're gonna go. Oh, this is a nice book.
And
toss it.
Botticello like
She is
tips the
freaking
vase. He
out
looks
because
down
of what just
inside
happened
and
to her.
then puts it
I
back.
will not
and he
have
just
any part of this.
Wait, no. Before anything actually gets destroyed, like when it starts turning from searching to trashing, you say, this will be the young lady's job.
Oh, quite right.
As you grab his cane and go and lift it above your head to start smashing things, Mr. Wells like
No, that is true.
Turnabout is fair play, though. He did do it to us.
I understand. So we'll merely
I
go
wouldn't
through for
listen to
anything of
him.
importance and not leave too much of a mess
How
for the
about
young
the-
lady to clean up.
All
The
right.
bedroom. Just the bedroom.
Just the bedroom. Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Well, now his personal effects, of course, I will.
You're not there to give those suggestions, Mr. Byrne.
Oh no, I'm going to head up to his personal bedroom.
Yeah, that's where
and,
I go
like,
first.
Crush his
You
pocket
spend
watch. You
at
know, I mean.
he has no pocket watch there.
Okay, go ahead.
It's in his
We'll
pocket.
find out.
Yeah.
Shut up. You're not here to make those helpful suggestions. Don't help him.
You guys spend the next 55 minutes going through the house. There are some nice books. There are some nice pots and pans. It's a small apartment. It's one bedroom and then a servant quarters, probably.
Her servant quarters.
You would have to guess so.
I will look. We will look, but we will leave it.
As is.
Or
Okay.
even, tuck up the sheet if necessary.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want
Yeah. No.
that
You
to
go
be-
through the entire place. It's first floor, the small parlor area, and a small dining area and the kitchen. Up the second floor is like a small-ish library, which is really kind of sparse. And then kind of like a parlor, relaxing area. And then the third floor is his bedroom, and her bedroom is on the third floor, but has no access from the main stairs. There's a second set of stairs in the back that go up and down. And that second set of stairs does not hit the second floor.
Okay.
So it's kind of like weirdly built into the wall, so it doesn't see anything on the second floor or anything.
So isn't it her job to stay at this place while he's gone?
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to question her about this and why the house is like this?
Well, but we're not trashing it now. That's what they've decided.
Just certain of his possessions will be trashed, but maybe that can be passed off on a burglar or something.
So
Not to mention 100 pounds in 1935 or whatever.
yeah,
it is.
1925. He essentially just handed her like $2,000 to go find something to do. Yeah,
More.
yeah. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
Because I don't want her to be involved.
Yeah. So
And you have a text.
I know. I'm waiting for it. You guys go through the house and find nothing. There's some Egyptian artifacty things, like little, but nothing weird. It's just stuff.
I specifically will be looking around the first floor for any kind of subterranean passages or anything like that.
Give me spot hidden. Okay, that's fine. You're a terrible person.
I do not make that.
Okay.
On the nice white ones.
Okay. So you guys spend the time, and she shows up a couple minutes early, and probably to make sure you're not trashing, and she doesn't have to call the police or something.
Oh no.
And as she comes in, she straightens a little bit, not just going behind you, making sure that everything's in its place, and goes back into the kitchen to clean up. I assume you ate a little bit.
Oh, I had a little bit. I cleaned the dishes and
Okay.
the pot
Yeah.
and
Well,
set them aside.
she goes through and wipes everything down again. It's clear that she's just making sure it looks like she did her job.
Oh, of course.
And gentlemen's. She looks at whatever kind of timepiece they would have. I guess there would be a grandfather clock of some sort. Gentlemen's been an hour, and I am quite ready for bed. Thank you.
Of course.
Pembroke, before you go, a few questions.
Absolutely.
Very brief questions. Have you noticed your employer to be involved in anything that you would consider unusual? Dark.
No.
Does he have any sort of religious leanings?
I'm sure he's a good follower of the King's Church. You can roll.
And I'm eyeballing you.
You can roll
when she says it.
Psychology. You guys can all roll psychology except Mr. Byrne. Mr. Byrne.
Yep.
Maybe. No.
Yes.
Yes. When he asked about
Yes.
strange things, there's something strange going on, but she believes that he is completely part of the King's Church.
Okay. So, when he said strange, what hits you as strange, specifically? Well, of course, we're all members of His Majesty's Church.
She looks at the five
Well-
clearly Americans and
Well, and by we
Four
all,
clearly
I mean
Americans,
I.
The royal we.
Yes.
on nights of the new moon and nights of the full moon, Mr. Gavigan is never here.
Ah.
Consistently. Never here.
Ominous.
I will rub my shillelagh.
What a strange reaction.
We've taken enough of your time, Miss Pembroke. We should go before there is more of that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Been
Thank you.
A pleasure.
Pleasure not seeing you.
It's been a pleasurable evening all by myself.
Wonderful.
I slip her another 20.
Okay. And then she kind of opens the door and invites you out.
And I leave.
Oh,
Yeah,
and actually, when I
no
slip her
problem.
for the 20, it's also for some more discretion.
Absolutely.
My apologies.
But his stuff was rifled, especially his room.
Yeah.
His room was just... All right, good.
So it has gotten to be a little late. It's probably mid-evening, 5:36. But
We should be able to go back to the hotel and find what's-his-face.
hold on.
Go ahead.
It's at about that time that the fog has begun to roll in. It's about that time that happens. This is regular.
When the assassins come out to kill us.
However, for the Americans, this
Maybe not him.
no. The London fog can be thick and feel very heavy, and it's very pressing on you. You lose sight of people no more than 3 or 4 feet away from you. This is a thick fog, and Captain Wilkerson is just jaunting right along like it doesn't bother him, while the rest of you are kind of walking slowly, like what's going on.
I wouldn't be walking slowly. It's
also
scaring the bleep out of me.
It's also
running up
not.
next to him.
It's not like a white fog. It's like a dark gray, nasty, dirty fog.
Half fog.
Yeah. In fact, you'll notice that your shirts are turning a light gray. If you're wearing anything that's not dark in your pajamas,
I'm wearing my green silks.
they're getting a little
dingy.
Yeah, I'm pretty dismayed looking, and my little mustaches are.
Your hair, all of your hair is getting oily and greasy, and you're just completely used to it. As you make your way back, it's probably about a half an hour walk back to the hotel.
I am no longer leaning on my shillelagh. I am holding my shillelagh in ready stance
Like
as I walk.
You bump into someone else in the fog, like, ah!
And American! Right.
It is as you're walking back that I need everybody to roll luck, except for Mr. Byrne.
Poor Mr. Byrne.
I am lucky.
Made it!
Nope.
I rolled 74
Under,
and passed.
yeah.
I rolled an 18 on a 75.
Who did not make it?
I did not.
Oh no.
Luck is on
Not
the
another
top
ankle.
right side.
I was at 97. So.
Oh.
Who didn't make it? Just Mr. Weld. Mr. Weld.
Great.
You.
Or bitten by plague rats.
No plague rats. That's just silly.
Now, Cthulhu rat.
I was gonna say now, Bat God. That makes perfect sense. Plague rats are just silly.
Mr. Weld, you feel something wrap across your shoulder and down around you, almost like a thick rope, and you feel it with a lot of strength grab hold of you. I need you to roll a d8.
And scream like a girl.
2.
You immediately lose that much sanity.
I'm going to try to,
Now, let's hit
Please don't turn the London fog as a weapon again.
Let's hit combat. So, Shirley, well,
Seen
first,
that coming.
of the 5 of you here, who is taking a ranged firing action at what may or may not be here? So,
I
Shirley,
don't know anything.
yes.
Do the rest of us know anything is going? I mean, do you?
I give
He
a,
cries
I,
out
no, I give a
immediately.
yeah shout as I prepare to do some.
Oh well, that could be just a
I'm
pickpocket.
not
I don't need
fire.
to shoot that.
But you may be shooting in this.
Yeah.
Okay. George, will you be shooting? No, you'll probably be punching. Scott, you'll be shooting?
Well, that could be just a pickpocket. I mean, I'm not gonna.
Okay.
I mean,
But-
are we? Is it late enough at night that the pickpockets are out, or is this
They could be out,
probably
yeah.
in the later evening where you could get
Or
hurt?
you're not going to be shooting?
I'm
No.
writing a clubbing action.
There could be pickpockets out, but you're in a nice neighborhood. This isn't a place for pickpockets like that.
Then I will. Yes.
Okay.
Then I might be doing
So,
a shooting
Shirley,
action.
you turn and see this. You can barely see it, and you can give me a spot hit. But you see this thick, like the fog has grown across his chest. Did you get that?
Yep.
And you see, so there's this rope-like thing across his chest, and you see 5 others almost closing around him.
Okay.
Can you roll your sanity for me?
Resistant to sanity losses resulting from witnessing murder.
Ding.
No,
See,
roll your
you know.
sanity for me. This is
Busy.
a nice
The
try.
rest of us should run. Well,
Oh, good.
Bye, everybody.
You lose 1.
Okay.
And then what are you going to do?
I'm going to scream out
kill
something's grabbing Weld.
Are you going to fire at it?
I mean, yeah.
You have a pretty good chance of...
Yeah,
Okay, go ahead.
you
because
should probably finish.
I mean, I have whatever. I don't know where I'm going with this. Oh,
So
I missed.
McCrea fires, and it goes very wide. We're going to go straight to Scott, since he's the other person firing.
I turn around. What am I seeing?
You're, give me
I
a
see
spot
what-
hidden.
do I see what she
Give me a
sees?
spot hidden as well.
Okay.
You will see the
Well,
one...
I'm yelling that there's
No.
something.
You see the
grabbing
one
him.
like tendrily was like a what are those things? Oh, a tentacle wrapping itself around his chest. Go ahead and give me a sanity check.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm probably going to need to roll sanity.
So
there.
how far away are we
Made
from
it.
him?
Like 10, 15 feet, maybe.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
I
he
will
said-
start running toward him as well.
Okay.
Made it.
Made it? Okay, you lose 1 sanity. Are you going to fire at this thing?
I would hit Weldy.
No,
wouldn't I?
you can see that there's something else.
Oh, yes,
back
there.
there. Okay.
Most
Go ahead.
So
definitely.
I have the gun in my right
Hit it.
hand, and I pull my knife out
It
with
passes
my left.
straight through it as though it's missed.
Are you? I believe you're kidding me.
What's the time, dude?
George, it's yours.
Does it have me grappled?
It technically yes, but you can't control the grapple.
I'm saying, but can I... Do I have enough where I can spin around and kind of punch?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And can I...
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so basically, while I'm moving in one motion, put the lion paw in my right hand, my straight hand, yell, turn, and try and punch
Okay.
whatever is hitting me.
I assumed you did this on the boat, like over and over again.
I practiced
Like, practicing
on
this, yeah.
you
Okay.
know, became a new thing for me.
The lion's paw.
Yeah, that hits. And that's
As
under
you
my martial arts,
as you
too.
swing, it passes through as though it's fog.
Does that mean it no longer holds him because it's...
Jason,
You have a gun now.
give me a
Yeah,
spot hidden.
I just learned how to use it.
Give me a spot hidden. You'll be fine. George, you didn't get to give a spot hidden because you're so close and on. You can't really look at.
Pass.
Touching him.
Give me. You see the one tentacle across his chest, and then the other 5 coming to grapple around him. So even as he turns, they're all coming. Go ahead and give me a sanity check.
Pass.
Okay, you lose 1 sanity. So what are you doing, Jason? Are you just kind of standing back and taking it in? Would you like to roll occult
Yes.
or Cthulhu? Let's roll Cthulhu.
Well, do you want me to roll both?
Let's roll Cthulhu.
Great.
Fail.
By a lot?
Yeah.
Okay.
By
Go ahead
52.
and roll occult.
We're boned.
Where's my goals? Fail.
Okay. So what are you doing?
I'm not shooting. I just learned how to shoot. So
Fair enough. So you're gonna kind of give it a turn and prepare yourself to dodge, just in case.
Well, I'm gonna back away a little bit.
If you back away too far, you'll lose him
Yeah, it's right
completely.
in the fog. I will move to the side to make sure I'm out of everybody's way,
Fair. Okay.
and then I'll be concentrating on not getting caught.
Botticello.
I turned and looked upon my screaming
Go
friend.
ahead and give me a spot hidden.
Yes, I rolled a 1.
Okay. You see the 5 extra tentacles and the one across his chest. Go ahead and roll your sanity.
Yes. I
You
made
lose
it.
1. See, Johnny,
Dun,
since
dun,
you went to the warehouse, you don't have to deal with the
Yay!
sanity thskimming thing. What are you
just
going to do?
tedious paperwork.
Run up and hit it?
I'm going to close in and swing upon the tentacle that's holding him, but not where it would
Go ahead.
follow through on him.
I beat Weldy to the ground.
I
no.
hit 16 out of 69.
So, the 2 of you have shot, and Mr. Weld has sliced at it. Everything has gone through as though it couldn't hit it.
Even his shillelagh?
He swings,
Oh, okay.
strikes something. You can tell because it's not just a swing through. He hits, and you hear this, "Rah!" and it's gone. As you hear it, though, you all lose a D3 sanity.
Ha!
D3, no. You want to roll a D6 and divide in half. So on. So, as you hit it, you feel it connect, and then you feel whatever you hit just dissipate. And the fog lightens. It's still thick, still oppressive, but you feel like whatever that was causing a thicker, deeper fog. Your chest has a black stripe across it now.
And my clothes are torn.
No,
Can I?
it's almost like it's oil.
Oh, across my clothes.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I make a Cthulhu check to see
Sure,
about the creature
sure.
and then possibly an occult? Because I'm going to fail this. Yeah. I
Have
failed
you
that.
guys seen
20
Big
over
On?
6.
Go ahead and roll an occult.
The movie?
Occult
Is
53.
it good?
I actually succeed in
I
occult
mean,
roll.
it's B, but the thing is, at the end, you see the black oil that he's talking about. So
Hooray.
What did you get the occult?
Yes,
I
it
remember
is.
it.
You can't imagine what this would be. it's London, and fog is a big thing here, so maybe it's something that is natural to like the London cult circle. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
New York gets fog, but not like this. So they wouldn't have any like cultists there or cultists in
That
most of
specialize
America.
in fog magic.
It would probably have something to do with some sort of fog ritual.
Yeah.
Them silly Brits. We love our British listeners. So
I think it would be best if we got out of this fog.
you have another few minutes of a walk back to the hotel. So you head back there?
Yes.
Okay. You arrive back. Mr. Byrne, let's talk about you.
Okay.
So you make your way to the warehouse with the boy. He unlocks the front door, and then you see 3 rooms. He unlocks one of the rooms, takes you in. It's stacked on shelves, lots of boxes, full of stuff. And he says, okay, 5 years ago, and he starts counting over boxes, and he said it should be in that area, and brings over a ladder, and you two start going through it. What's your demeanor? How are you feeling about this?
I am helpful, jovial, and as
Where's
as
your head? What
Where's
are you
my
thinking?
head? Okay, what like
Yeah,
you
no,
want to know my
that's-
game
yeah,
plan?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Well, my first course of action is to ascertain how much contact this guy may have ever had with members of the Pinyu Foundation,
Okay.
specifically Gavigan.
Okay.
If he knows them, if you know them on site, if he knows any of their proclivities.
Okay.
A lot of times people overlook the help.
Yeah.
So I want to know if he's the kind of person that I want to pump for information.
Okay. Anything else?
Under the guise of my
Being
boss.
friendly, yeah.
My boss wants to get in good with your boss. What could you tell me to
Okay.
help us out in this situation?
Okay. Anything else?
I will push. Assuming this guy is.
So your focus is to talk to the guy, not necessarily about your surroundings.
Well, no. I want to kind of split them, I guess.
Okay.
I want to dig and make.
Give me a listen. You're
Okay.
at half. So whatever your thing is, divide that in 2, and you have to roll under that.
I do.
Okay. So you've been there probably 10, 15 minutes, and you really are going through boxes. And it seems like you're getting closer, like date-wise. And he pulls down one box and turns to hand it to you. And just for a flash of an instance, he looks weird, and you hear footsteps behind you.
I gotta turn around.
Okay. There are 2 men carrying strange-looking clubs coming at you.
Over my shoulder. Do you know these guys?
Oh, they're carrying... Dude,
They're thugs.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, then I
By
draw
strange-looking clubs, I mean, like they have some sort of...
notches and
Yeah,
spirals.
yeah. No. Like the clubs that you've seen before in New York. Similar to those.
Oh, the hieroglyphs.
Yeah, no, like the ones that they beat the guy to death.
Oh,
with. Yeah.
they murdered.
Yeah.
Are they white guys?
Yeah.
Okay, then I draw my gun and open fire. I
Okay.
guess.
Go ahead.
44 out of 73.
Okay, hold on. You only get to fire once.
Oh, okay.
And then they'll get to go off. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, damage, right?
That would be kind of important.
3.
Hey, three's a thing.
Yeah,
3's a thing.
it's a third of my life. I guess.
Oh, this isn't going to go well.
Oh, there we go. So 3.
Yeah.
And then you wave your gun around. I'm not kidding. See what I did to him? It was a warning shot.
Okay. So
Like, how close are they? Like,
the room's not huge,
right?
and they came in the door, and that's when you heard them. They're close enough; they're going to close and swing.
Okay. Well, in that case, I also attempt to get out my brass knuckles. No, we're down, dealing with boxes at the moment.
Okay, he misses, and the other guy definitely misses.
Yes.
Okay.
Should I switch to melee at this point?
No, you can still shoot him.
Oh,
you can shoot him point blank right in the face. Doesn't
Hell
matter.
yeah.
You get a second shot this round
Okay.
if you have high enough stats.
I have a 73.
What does it say down on the bottom? Number of attacks. Should have written it
Number
down.
of attacks.
No, under gun.
Shots.
Oh, ATT?
Yeah.
Yep.
My main weapon is 1.
Okay. So then you don't get more than one shot around. You'll just get
Okay,
this.
if I got a different gun, I think if I was using my other gun, I have 3 too, but not.
Okay. Do you
this
want to be
one.
using that gun? It's fine.
No, I would go
Okay.
for my big
Okay.
one.
Then go ahead and fire again if you'd like.
I mean, unless you say like we're
No.
rappling and it would be stupid to shoot,
No,
I'm gonna
no,
keep
no.
shooting. No, on that
Okay.
one.
Well, first guy's gonna swing. He hits. You can roll your dodge, but you only get 1 dodge per round.
Well, I'll use it. Not this time.
Okay. What? George,
Mm-hmm.
do you remember the rules for knocking unconscious?
Oh. Yes.
What page were those on?
Give me a second.
Here we go. Got it.
You got it?
Yes. Successful result. Hit points. Okay. What are your current hit points?
Yeah, 12.
12.
I was wrong
And I got
before then.
a 7. So
That's not good for me.
no, because I'm gonna be. That's only 25%.
No, it's not so horrible. But
You
go
are knocked
0.
unconscious.
Awesome.
You only take. Is that half?
Yeah, that's what you did last time.
I think it's half or a third. I don't remember which one.
1/3.
1/3. So a third of 7 is 2. You take 2 and you are knocked unconscious.
Yay.
Lucky hit on you.
Yeah, I did.
As you go down, you hear, "Good, we have one more for the sacrifice."
Yay!
Oh.
Is that it?
You're like, I'm a
And that'll do us tonight for Nerds Domain Presents Masks of Neuraltep. We want to thank everybody for listening. You can catch us on Facebook and Twitter, and you can head over to Libsyn and check out our stuff there. We've got comics up on the website. You can buy our shirts over at tinyurl.com/indie-shirts, and you can get on iTunes and write a review for us and let everybody know how awesome we are, and then give us like 1,100 stars. You can only give us 5. We'll take all 5 of those instead of 1,100. And we will talk to you real soon with episode 20, which I think is going to be a guest DM, and we're going to let Shirley run a quick little game, and then we'll get back to our regular story. So we will talk to you guys real soon.